All right, boys, I turned up my music. We're ready to get this rolling. What are we hoping to see in this game, guys?
It's gonna be pretty interesting since blue team's rocking that sub ADC. There's kind of a wild card factor going in there.
I'm ready to see some of Blue's comps. They're always so good every time they play.
Sorry, I had to take a second to adjust my volume. All right, yeah, I'm very interested actually to see what kind of comps come together today because I have not been speaking with too many players of Blue in recent time, outside of one practice here or there. So I'm very interested to see what they come up with, as well as what White has prepared here. I know the last time they met, they got caught off guard by some little cheese that Blue had put together. But we'll see if that happens again, or if this time they're ready for it and they put them down this time. We should be ready to go and pick some bands in about a second here. Um, so now I know you guys probably had watched LCS today. Do you think we're going to see any type of picks like that? Maybe even a support Poppy coming out. It's been a popular thing in other regions, and we haven't quite seen it in NA yet.
I personally don't think we're gonna see a Poppy game in here. I'm not quite familiar with the white team, but a pick that I do foresee coming into play is Alistar in the support role. I know blue team has been playing that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't expect any Poppy picks in this game at all. But yeah, I expect like an Alistar, or hopefully we see uh, Pizzle pull out his Azir. I don't know actually because I haven't seen him played in a while, so he might just surprise us.
Well, actually, if I remember, is it Pizzle the Zillion person I've always heard so much about?
Yeah, he that's like his. Even though it's like a low tier champion, that's one of his best champions from what
Yeah.
I've seen.
It'll be interesting to see if blue team did their research and maybe let white team have that. That'd be a very interesting pick right there.
Yeah. Every time you see him play, he's pretty much getting fed at that point as a really like 5 minutes in the game. I'm surprised they actually banned Gangplank, which is one of Pizzle's recent champions that he's been spamming through. So I'm guessing they're assuming that he's really good with that one. So
That'd have been something there to warrant a ban, I'm sure. Tom Kench getting banned out. It is a very common ban we're seeing. Some people take it to the top, some people playing it as support, some even in the jungle. But it is something that gets banned out against blue often, even though they don't play it that much. Ooh, and finally a Trundle coming out after a Soraka ban. Trundle's been getting a lot of play recently on streams, in competitive, things of that nature. So I bet it's something that both teams had probably practiced and maybe even picked up to try and use later on. But it's not going to see in this game.
Oh, that's interesting. Looks like we go for the Mundo first pick here. That's interesting. That gives you a very strong tank lineup. He's one of the strongest tanks in this current patch right now. It'll be interesting if they pair him with another tank or if they go with triple threats, considering how tanky Mundo can become.
Well, you're immediately looking at a very, very strong front line already, throwing a Mundo in there. I wonder if they're going to pair that with another tank.
I'm actually expecting possibly a Braum with that pick, just for another slow, so Mundo can just catch up to any of their champions.
Now blue taking their time here with a oh, when a Rek'Sai comes in. All right, pretty much expected. It's probably one of Straight Ripping's most played champions as far as jungle goes. He performs fairly well on it most of the time, and it's a very solid and reliable pick to go into most comps. And as EliteMuffin called, there it is. We will see the Alistair come in.
It's pretty good first picks for both teams looking here. We got 2 knockups already on the blue team from UTSA, which is very strong CC right now. So their front line's looking very good. We'll see what kind of damage they decide to go with that. If they decide to go for a more range kind of oriented comp, or maybe they try and do like a team fighting comp with like an Oriana possibly. But on white side, it's interesting because now they have that Mundo, so now they have lots of different routes they can take this. They can go with like a bruiser, they can like go a double tank, and just out front like them. They can go with more threats than the enemy team, since Mundo can have a huge health pool at the end of the game.
Yeah, I definitely see. It's very interesting because I'm wondering if we're going to see a Yasuo coming in here. You do have the double knockups, as you mentioned, and they did hover that Jax, which if there would be a Yasuo, it would most likely be going into the top lane, and that is not a really good matchup for Yasuo against Jax. I wonder what the next 2 picks will be, though.
It's pretty interesting, yeah. Like Landry called, they did combine the Braum with the Mundo right there. It's pretty interesting. Looks like if the Braum can stay alive for a little bit and get his passive on multiple targets, the Mundo can for surely proc most of it off alone. And then they also picked up the Tristana, so this is kind of signifying that they want to be like doing siege. They want to be doing a lot of sieging in this game. So they have a really strong front line, especially with the wall coming out of Braum and the tower pushing from Tristana. They're lacking some wave clear, so hopefully their mage to pick will have some decent wave clear, maybe a little bit burst for a little pick potential. We'll see what the blue team from UTSA decides to pick up here for the 3rd and 4th pick, though.
Alright, we have a Jace hover and a Lucian. Lucian has been seen. And the quick switch back to the Jax. Alright, so that Jax will be going into the top lane now. We've got that Lucian, and as I mentioned, we've been seeing a lot of Lucian. He's a pretty solid ADC right now, or marksman if you want to. And he goes into, he fits very well into a lot of team comps. He's got really strong lane pressure, and I think that does very, very well against the Tristana. Very, very quick.
Interesting. All these picks started getting locked in, so it looks like they already have discussed what kind of comps they want to do right now. Looks like UTSA Blue's looking for a more kind of split push oriented comp, with the Rek'Sai being able to answer to all points of the map, and then they have the Jax and Lucian who can duel pretty good as well. They also have good, decent team fighting in that comp as well, but it looks like they're looking to split up that Mundo and Braum synergy right there, possibly.
But it's interesting. Nandi hasn't picked the doesn't have teleport. I'm wondering if he's actually going to stick with. Oh, never mind. They're going with definitely Rome type comp. They're definitely going for a split push. Try to disorganize white team.
They're going to have a ton of global pressure here, and seeing those 2 big frontliners coming out, along with the Tristana, you've got a really strong front line. Even adding in that Renekton, who will probably be going heavier on the damage side, because if not, you're probably going to have a 2-threat comp there, and Tristana's going to take a little bit of time to scale, as well as Azir. But they definitely look like they're going to be trying to push some towers. Azir and Tristana do a very good job of taking down towers very, very fast in the mid game.
It'll be interesting to see how this game goes, because a lot of this game is going to be determined on map rotations, actually. Since UTSA Blue's trying to look for the split push comp with multiple globals they have right there, while UTSA White's got a lot of the sieging that they're trying to do. So it'll be interesting to see who can rotate first and apply the pressure quicker, because whoever applies the pressure quicker may force the other team to react and go and group up and fight them. So this game's going to be very heavily focused on that objective right there alone.
I do like the global pressure that they have on UT Blue. You got that Twisted Fate running teleport and having Destiny as well. The Jax with the teleport in the top lane for a really, really strong split push pressure later in the game. And then you have the Rek'Sai to answer anything just with his ultimates, or her ultimate. So they're definitely going for that split push comp like you guys called earlier. What do you think our level 1s are going to look like in this game? It looks like both sides have a very nice CC to start out with, at least 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, so level 1's pretty interesting right now. So since they have Alistar on UT Blue, they have a really good invade just off of that alone, since they can pulverize on the enemy team by flashing in. But same thing on UT White. They actually have the Braum, which gets the freestyle on his passive alone. So both teams have really good invades. Just who can shop and who can position first, possibly. In the full 5v5, I'd assume that probably I'd give the edge to UT White in the fight. If both teams were well prepared for the fight. But I mean, someone could just walk into the bush and there's high CC on both teams. Someone could just instantly get picked off like that.
Yeah, we'll have to see as far as whether they decide that it's too risky and they don't want to tip the scales in either favor, and maybe they just set up a line of scrimmage, or when they do go for that invade, who is actually, maybe there's going to be a small misplay and you know, it won't be an Alistar or it won't be a Braum leading the way. How do you guys think that this top lane is going to go between the Jax and the Renekton? It seems to be a very volatile lane, especially early in the game. I mean, Jax will outscale, but how do you think it's going to go early in the game?
So early in the game, the Jax versus Renekton matchup. So I believe the Renekton should be winning early. He just has higher base values on his abilities, and he has a little bit built-in heal, so he can outtrade the Jax given that. We'll see who can use the creeps to the advantage and who can get the optimal trades in right there. But as the game goes on, like you said, the Jax will definitely take over. And since we're trying to split push, I assume that the Rek'Sai is going to be spending a little bit of time on top side trying to get the Jax some kind of favors up ganks right there, since the Renekton is favored to win this lane in the beginning.
All right, Landry, what can you tell us about this Tristana pick that Titus has? I've seen him play it quite a few times. It seems to be a favorite champion of his.
It's definitely one of his favorite champs that he plays, that and Jinx. But I'm guessing because usually he would pick a Lucian with this, but I'm guessing because of this comp that they're going for, they're definitely trying to go for Siege because you know, Mundo's the super tank and Azir is definitely going to mow down towers. They're probably going to use that to their advantage and just try to get as many towers as they can get.
So basically, they're looking to accelerate the mid game, get global pressure, and get global gold out to see if we can get that Tristana ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah, both these comps have very good, or both teams have really good comps going into this game. Both of them have very solid win conditions. It's just going to be a matter of strategical team play, as is. A little bit of like individual gameplay is going to matter too, but a lot of this is just going to be how well can you work with your team based on how both teams want to work. One team wants to split everyone up, the other team wants to make them group up in siege. So it'll be interesting to see who can control the map better with the vision and pressure.
All right, look at that. We got a pool party Renekton. I like that. It's one of my favorite skins to go on him, actually. And Titus not showing up with that new Dragon Trainer Tristana there. What's going on with that?
I don't know. I'm very disappointed in that. He should have it, but I did tell him when I see him get like a penta, if I see him get a penta in this game, I'm thinking about I'll gift it to him.
All right,
so I have a thing to add on here. So 4 of the players on UT Blue have a level 5 mastery, so that means they're well more practiced with those champs of recently than opposed to UT White with only 2 of them. You guys think that's gonna play a factor in like comfortability and matchups at all?
Landry.
I'm not actually sure. I think I'm actually not sure. I think that it'll just be like normal. I don't know.
All right.
All right, interesting enough. Now AD carries are running Fervor. It has been improved for the early game to outshine, at least for most of them in lane, the Thunder Lords. So it's really nice to see some diversity and Keystones getting taken now. One good thing to note is Miramac is actually running a very fair amount of Resolve. So he's actually running the Undying, which I think is a really good choice for an Renekton in top lane. One thing I want to watch here in this mid lane is Twitch Twisted Fate is not running any MR. So I wonder if that's going to come back to bite him if Azir is able to get Soldier in position to do a couple hits. Alright, so we got that early invade we were talking about here. TF leading the charge. So, that's how we like to take our stroll, right? Walk around through the trees and take a cleaver to the face.
I'm surprised that they didn't drop a ward on that red buff as they were leaving. They just kind of took the cleaver and just backed out.
Yeah, I think that's a missed chance for some vision to be established.
That appears to be all that they're going to be doing for level 1. Looks like everyone's going to their respective starting positions now.
Alright, standard starts. The Jax is running Cloth 4 in the top lane, however, so he's just looking to last out, I guess, in that first couple backs so he can get himself rolling. He does know that this is not a favorable lane for him early in. Alright, we're getting standard starts going. Both junglers going to pick up their little corner camps and off to their first buff.
Yeah, I can always see from that Renekton top lane, he's very pushing, building up his Fury. Definitely looking to be more dominant in levels right there as he's looking to auto-attack more. Little trades going on there now. Looks like the Jax got the better of the trade with the E. He got the minions to switch on and counterattacked with them and got the stun so the creeps added bonus damage.
Yeah, very, very good trade there. No one in bot lane actually trying to shove this lane. So not going to be a really great level advantage. No one's going to rush for 2 or anything like that. Lucian and Alistar will get 2 though.
Ooh, that's really good. The Jax dodge and the empowered stun from Renekton is very crucial that early on.
Rek'Sai making his way around, doing a little bit of counter jungling here. Gets a ward in.
That's interesting. So the Rek'Sai is already looking to be playing more aggressive going to the enemy jungle while the Mundo is playing more passive, staying his own jungle so close to his base in case he needs help. Really aggressive top side, as he said, it's very volatile. They lost the trading back and forth.
Rek'Sai looking for his first gank in mid.
I feel like with how all the lanes are playing out, oh, as they're going in on mid lane, the Goldspur comes up with the knock-up from the next side, they get the heal out of Azir. Good, successful gank overall. I feel like junglers should be paying attention to the top side, especially the Rek'Sai, as the Jax is struggling very heavily right now as the levels are coming in on Renekton and seeing his base values in.
Seems like both junglers are gonna meet each other right now.
Both junglers are going to meet. Azir is coming in, TF as well. Taking consecutive cleavers here. Rek'Sai could possibly be in trouble.
I wonder if either top lane is gonna head down there to help. Right?
Looks like everyone's gonna be able to get out with all their lives taken right there.
Yeah, I don't think Jax was looking to come down or Renekton. They were both sitting about a quarter HP. There was no way they were going to come in without getting chunked out and maybe even killed. Good little poke damage landed onto the Alistar there. No big deal though.
So the Renekton already back and he got his first item, so he's making his way back topside since he got pushed out. But the good thing to note here is he's actually saving his teleport. So that means he's looking for places on the map to help his team rather than winning the lane right now with his teleport.
One thing to note is he is coming back with a ton of health potions.
Yeah, he should not have any trouble sustaining through this lane as long as he doesn't get ganked. But the long-term fights, he should have an edge on, especially with his Keystone Master he's got. Also looks like both junglers decided to go with the Tracker's Knife. He's trying to add vision onto their team as there's going to be lots of map rotations this game.
Ooh, Twist of Fate. Might be in trouble taking a tower hit. And the Thunderlord's proc. Jeff will be getting his first back here. He's recalling in mid lane right now.
Doesn't seem like he'll be getting a recall at all.
Yeah, poked even lower there. I don't think you should be playing with fire there, honestly. Azir can quickly cover ground in the mid lane. Take care of him. Now Rek'Sai's up by the top side, and Mundo is underneath mid lane. There's the ping. Rek'Sai is coming in for a gank up in top lane.
Oh, but the Renekton's level 6. Be level 5 and then level 4 against the level 6 as jumps in. Flashes for this. They're really committing for this. Looks like the Rek'Sai doesn't want to commit as much though. If he flashes in, do they have the damage? The half health hasn't used ult yet. There's Scout.
So, a very sloppy, unsuccessful gank there actually. Renekton didn't burn anything to get out of that, and 2 flashes used by UT Blue.
And remember, the Renekton also bought all those health potions, so he's going to be able to just drink potions and not miss any experience right now.
Seems like El Mexican's getting really poked out in this right now. Azir's got some serious damage on him.
Good slide in, gets another hit on there. Nothing too crucial.
Yeah, it feels like Azir's actually winning in the poking part of the lane, but in the CS department, it's all on the Twisted Fate. Looks like the Twisted Fate's getting really high CS numbers compared to that Azir.
Oh, definitely. Right now, he's actually sporting a 600 plus gold lead.
With the return king on top side with the TF coming in, the double slide out, he has flash, he still has ult. Let's see if the TF is going to flash though.
Rek'Sai circling.
Used.
Oh, perfect. While they're doing that at top, they're going straight for the dragon.
We're going to see if our bot lane here will be able to come up. I don't know.
And as white is the trading dragon, their red team is also getting the herald. It's nice that they both trade objectives.
So yeah, as you said, Landry, you're going to see a trade of objectives there. One dragon, one Rift Herald. I guess the key factor in that is actually what's going to happen with that Rift Herald. Where's it going to go and is it going to get used? As I'm speaking, Alistair goes in. Double knockup from Wall coming out. So the culling doing a huge amount of damage right now. Is that going to be enough? Alright, so we got a double recall coming in on bot lane. If they had not taken the dragon, that would have been a real good time for UT Blue to get it.
It's pretty interesting here now. So it looks like the mid and bot side for UTY is actually down in CS now. But it feels like the pressure's not that much strong. They got the dragon. I feel like the dragon's actually very crucial to the overall way that this game's going to play out. I feel like this game's going to last at least 30 to 40 minutes the way both teams are playing right now. It's fairly even right now, and there's a possibility for 5 dragons to happen since they got that dragon so soon.
As we're talking, Jax goes in with a counter strike. But Renekton responding back with a stun. Jax on the chase, but he decides better of it. Jax going in with a leap strike. Empowered. Alright, so in mid lane, blue buff was just handed over. Just really going to be trying to extend that gold lead that he has there. Just spamming out those cards now.
Much needed blues coming down on the Azir right now. As the TF is walking up, looks like he's trying to meet with the ult. Yeah, he's going in. Looks like they're trying to do another gank on the Renekton. Gets gold card comes in, jumps in with counter strike. Levion, that's first blood for UT Blue.
Very, very good disengage by the Braum there. Yeah, like you said, Muffin, that was really good overlay as CC in the top lane. And as I'm speaking, Azir comes in. Emperor's Divide misses. However, Mundo will be able to get this. And T-Pizzle picks it up in the mid lane. That's a kill onto Azir.
Ooh, UT White going in bot side. They get a kill 2v3 as the Colin comes in. So they trade what's thrown now. Will the Braum go again with the fly?
Alistar does have ultimate. More than enough.
Not the worst trade overall though. They were down at CS and they were able to get a kill onto the Tristana, which is very crucial since she needs to get as much items as she can possibly.
So you got 2 kills onto that Lucian now. It looks like he's looking to do the standard Essence Reaver start, probably into IE. He's getting accelerated pretty fast. He's looking at almost a 30 CS lead on top of those 2 kills over Tristana.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a huge discrepancy in the ADCs, especially with how the game works right now.
Jax goes in with a counter strike, leap strike. Oh my goodness. Chunk and the Renekton.
Yeah,
50%.
very aggressive lane up here right now.
Jax did get that second buy, and his second buy did come in quite better, actually. He's got 2 key components for his Ginsus already, as opposed to the Renekton who picked up a null magic. Lucian going super hard. Azir going super hard in mid lane.
Everyone's going super hard right now. Is the Renekton gonna die 1v1? Jax is still chasing, no, he decides to fall back.
Nice play by Merrimack. He walked backwards to get his E off for the second proc of it.
Yeah, it's a very, very good play, actually. Nice mechanical skill there. As we were saying, everyone was going ham there. Azir shoving out TF again. The CS gap is actually closing. Azir's aggressive play is actually putting a lot of pressure down in mid lane, and he has now actually tied it up.
What was interesting is that Azir was actually out trading the Twisted Fate while down in items right now. So now that he's shopping, he just went from his Phoenix Codex to a full Nash's 2, so now whenever he returns the lane, it'll be very difficult for the Twisted Fate. As bot lane goes, probably get a little poking going from there, but they'll be okay.
Alistar is running that Thunderlord, so you are going to see a little bit of burst of damage. Mundo sneaking around the side, though. That Pulverize coming on to Tristana. Rocket jumps to safety. Braum ultimate coming in.
All the TPs. Looks like Alistar's using his ult. Gold card comes down with them. They're on the next right now. The next is very tanky though. Two gonna kill. TF flashes out.
Overextension by Braum. Double flash out of Mundo.
Oh, here comes the Jax coming in. Game pushed out very good by Tristana there.
Very good counter strike.
Trying to return the kill right there. Cannot get the kill back. And a misstream, a shuffle in the mid lane by T-Fizzle. Wait, as Straight Griffin stays in lane, very dangerous right now.
That was a very, very good play, as you said, the buster shot. Oh, and then Twisted Fate coming in. Gold card locked. First damage down onto the Azir, but it's not enough anyway. So, as you said, Muffin, the buster shot coming out to knock back the Jax, that would have actually been a 4-man Counter-Strike stun, but I mean, it looked bad for them at the end there, but you know what? Sacrificing just the Mundo rather than 4 other people, I'll take it any day.
Oh yeah, it was very, very crazy. This game's still pretty close. Like this is about 4K gold lead right now, but it doesn't feel like that right now. All these fights are very back and forth, and it's coming down to very, very slim amounts of health. Alright, so we're entering that part of the game where everyone is completing about their first core item, so we're going to be hitting some new power levels right here on certain champions. They're going to be sort of taking off. Like Jax just got his Rage Blade, you got Lich Bane on TF, just completed Essence Reaver just on Lucian. So UT Blue just got a huge power spike right now from all these completed items, while UT White hasn't completed any items since the Azir so far.
My Emperor shall return. You heard him. So the Jax returning topside. He does have full Ginsus and Ninja Tabbies. There's going to be a lot of damage going on to Renekton. Renekton turning around, actually.
Minion wave, though. Oh, it just jumps in on the minion. Well, that was a fatal kill right there, but Jax uses jump on the minion right there rather than on the Renekton. That would have resulted in the kill.
Alistair go in, pulverize. That will get Mundo's ultimate. Gotta escape to safety. I think UT Blue is just trying to get a little bit of vision here, clearing out some of the enemy vision. Alright, so point out that Lichbane has been completed on Twisted Fate. He's taking a ton of damage here. Rek'Sai all alone right now. Emperor's Divide will come out.
On that Rek'Sai right now.
I'll have to say that that's actually worth.
That worked, but I mean, that was a very risky play. The good thing I want to see for Cookie is that the Alistair actually has lucidity boots, and here he got his distortion. He's looking for those flash engages whenever possible this game.
Rek'Sai going into the tower with the knockup, Culling following in onto Mundo. Is that enough? Glacial Fissure coming through, but it's still not enough to save the Mundo. Tier 1 tower in mid lane will go down.
Oh man, it's starting to get kind of dangerous now with the way the blue team is snowballing right now. They're getting a lot of towers right now. They're up, they've got all tier 1 towers, and they're up in gold, and they're matching dragons 1-1 so far.
Now, one thing I do want to point out is that UC White needs to probably establish some defensive wards now. With all tier 1s going down, that Twisted Fate could come in anywhere. Renekton going to get locked up and taken out. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, he's walking too far. There was no reason to walk over. There's no objective over there. He was trying to maybe place down a ward, but it was not needed at the time.
No, I think there's way too much CC on that UT Blue side to be even trying that. You got to know your limits right now.
Yeah, so UT White right now is very looking to stall this game out. As all the tier 1 towers are down, they need to get those defensive wards, like you're saying, and get the 2-3 item power back on the team.
Oh my god, the gold cards are doing work right now. People are just walking through the jungle.
Yeah, look at the UT Blue. They have very high vision control on this bot side of the jungle, and now they're pressuring the bot tower. It's going to be very hard for UT White to stop this. As they walk into the jungle after they saw just short, get poked down again.
Alistair is very, very low amount of here. Maybe enough for a pulverize. That's about it.
Potential fight could come out here, but I don't think UT White should be trying to take this. They should let the pink ward go. After getting engaged on the Mundo, Mundo's taking heavy hits to Folding, and now they're on the Renekton. They're split up on UT White.
I don't think UT Blue wants to fight this. That headbutt out kind of tells you so. Alistair is just about completely oom.
Yeah, I'd imagine UT Blue to pull out there now and get some health mana, you know, get their items in and prepare for this next dragon coming up in a minute 40 seconds.
So do you think they have a large enough gold lead here to actually be playing into the hands of UT White? I mean, we have a split push comp against basically a siege team fight. I don't know if they're far enough ahead to be trying to play into their game though.
No, they're definitely not far enough to play into the game, because right now the Zero alone is able to chunk down multiple people on the main team. But as I just said that, the Aegis of the Legion's actually been completed not too long ago, so that's actually very crucial. But yeah, UT Blue should be definitely looking at a split right now. They should be having high pressure top side while they get vision control on that
As
dragon
Jack's
right
sitting
now.
on the brush with a counter strike, leap strike. He's going to chunk out Renekton. Could it possibly... Oh, and beautiful save by Braum. Glacial Fissure coming through. Will this be enough?
Coming out.
The stun will come out onto the Jax. Will it be enough though?
Well.
Exhaust. 3v1 in the top lane.
Jax jumped on the Mundo again. Possibly might have got the kill if he jumped on the Renekton there. Another mistake made right there.
Small mechanical mistakes there. They're adding up for this Jax. But it's okay. Nandi should be able to do a lot here and come back. He is Jax after all.
But that took 3 people to just kill 1 person. Now look at bot side of the map. UT Blue's taking advantage of the person now. And now they're getting the tower almost. They're pushing rather slowly, looks like, on the map. They're able to get responded to right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing for you to point out that that took 3 people, whether they were tanks or not, to take down that Jax. I mean, he's almost finished right now with his Gunblade. Like, what's that going to be like when he actually jumps onto someone that's squishy?
Yeah, he's going to have to stay and be able to live even longer and make maybe like 3-4 people come next time. And if UT Blue can recognize this and just let Jax keep pulling people topside, they can get mid and bot side tower if they just use this the pressure that Jax is getting up topside.
We take a look at 80 carries. We're probably looking at about a 32 or so gold CS lead, and almost 2,000 gold ahead just on the 80 carries alone.
Yeah, it's very massive. Now that Tristana's not looking to fight at all, she's almost not even a threat as the Braum gets pushed over the wall from the Alistar.
Nice save.
Good save by the Alistar there. Best player on that team. There you go. You got it. Helping out the Braum. Good guy, Alistar. Window's taking Raptors right now. I think he needs to be in the mid lane. He's recalling. I don't think... Okay. UT Blue does not see this recall happening. Twisted Fate will start his split push. This is the kind of game we expected from them, actually.
We need the Azir to be doing some wave play here. They're hoping to defend the tower on UTY.
You ask and you shall receive, Muffin.
Azir is the primary wave player on this team, and he needs to be ready to stop the enemy team. If he goes down or he gets picked, they're ground to get sieged on very hard and just dove easily from UT Blue.
So right now, Twisted Fate is split pushing. Can join the fight whenever he needs to. Tower's gonna get taken down below half. He might be able to finish it.
They got numbers advantage mid lane as they get the Alistar commit. 3-man knock as the TF is supporting mid lane. Oh, this is kind of strategic fight right here. Like a UT White's jumping in on the TF. TF will live with another slither of health.
Very, very, very good management of health there. The TF did pour it in, like you said. It was beautiful. They pulled down the Tristana and the Mundo to bot lane at the start of that. It will break through and probably get this first inhibitor without anybody dying. Alright, so you cracked the inhibitor on the wave clear there. With Azir being down, no one to really say different.
As the Jackson getting somewhat greedy, he is staying in just to push a little bit more minions.
And now they'll pick up that tier 2 that they were expecting to get earlier. So this goal lead is becoming huge.
It's getting to the point where UTY is going to have to do something out of the ordinary to actually have a chance in this game. I feel like they got to do something risky with high risk, high reward possibly.
So that top lane Jax, I think, is becoming very, very, very powerful in a lot of these fights. I mean, you saw him even when the rest of the team left. He just jumped in and wanted to fight over and over again.
It's like the Rek'Sai is jumping in with zero vision now. Very risky move by him. Shot doesn't do nearly enough much damage to take him down. Looks like there's a big team right here. As Alistar looking to come in, he flashes in. Doesn't do anything. Looks scary.
Emperor's Divide coming out.
Oh, the missed flash by the
Twisted Fate.
Tristana. But the wall coming in to save, but it's sideways. Oh, sideways.
Is it more than
wall.
enough? No, it was not more than enough. Twisted Fate, though, may catch up with the Lich Bane speed. Gonna get poked out by Azir. Flash Gold Card, Leap Strike, Counter Strike.
No
That
more
could
wave
possibly.
there.
That may be the game. They may just try to end here. Rek'Sai, at the end of this game, super tanky. Like you said, that Locket coming in super early and the Giant's Belt on top of that. I think that was more than enough with Tristana not being... Tristana only having one item.
Alright, looks like that's gonna be game 1 with UT Blue, UTSA Blue taking the first game.
Alright, so what do you guys think about that? I mean, it took almost until the end of the game for them to actually start, and I say that as it being 24 minutes, the end of the game for them to just one time use their strategy to split push, and they basically just were able to run through the base after that.
I think they're definitely going to change the pick and ban scenario. They put a lot of emphasis on having that siege comp, but they just fell so early that they couldn't ever get to the point where they could actually siege. They're going to look to take something away from the enemy team. That either take away the Rek'Sai, take away the Twisted Fate. Those guys added so much pressure on the top side, which prevented Merrimack from getting that lead that he so crucially needed for his team to have enough pressure for the early game.
Yeah, I think like you said, that was that's a huge. The Twisted Fate did play a big factor. I mean, people were just getting hit after they established vision. He was walking through the jungle with the Alistair and just hitting people with gold cards left and right. It was really, really ridiculous, actually. All right, right now they are switching up sides, and I'll get out of the way. All right, yeah. So I definitely say next game you have to address that Jax issue because that was not a very good lane at all. Um, it became a really big problem early in, and there was no answer for him. I mean, sending 3 people top lane is not the answer. How do you feel about that, Landry?
Oh,
I feel like yeah, that definitely needed to be a problem. That was definitely a problem. Sending 3 people was not the best idea since their team has such global pressure that they can get to any other lane and destroy their towers. But yeah, their siege comp. It didn't seem like they were able to get to that point, like you said, Muffin. But I think what really lacked was that the vision, the defense warding, because they were really lacking on that. That would have saved them in some of their jungle roams.
All right, so we're gonna get ourselves back in a champ select here. First ban coming through is Aurelia. They definitely don't want that to get through from Iramac. Apparently, he has scarred someone with it.
Deep scars.
So let's say Renekton gets through again. They don't ban it. They're not too concerned with it. What other picks could we expect to come in from top lane if they decide not to ban that Jax? Oh, and Alistair coming in. Do you think we'll ever see it? We're going to see an Olaf or something like that?
I'm actually yeah. I know that Merrimack plays Olaf pretty much. I'm not sure about Nandi though. I know I hear that he plays Nar and Olaf. I'm actually expecting to see at least one of those picks from both sides.
Okay, so that Tom Kench staying a standard ban there. On either side, it looks like. And there's the Jax ban that we did expect. Nandi will have to switch to something else this game. We'll see if he'll be as effective. But, yeah, apparently UT White had the same feeling that we did that, you know what, get rid of the Jax if you don't know how to deal with it right now. The third ban coming in is going to stay that Trundle. Apparently, they think it is that strong and quite possibly has been played enough. All right, final ban going to be that Dr. Mundo. That's very interesting because UT White are the ones that actually played that. But I guess, they feel that it's a power pick and, get rid of it. That's all. Ooh, and the first pick for Fiora is going to come in. That was not even thought about. That was an insta-lock. So clearly that's going to go into the top lane. Now we're seeing the Shen come in. It's being hovered. I don't think there's going to be a Shen going into the top lane. Whether you play it well or not, Shen is not that good of a matchup into Fiora. You're literally just standing in the lane getting hit. Is this something that is in Miramac's pool? Is it just a hover?
That's definitely one of the picks in his pool. From how he plays it, he won't be in top lane a lot, depending on how bot lane is doing. If bot lane is going even, you'll see him definitely using his ult down there as soon as he hits 6. Definitely trying to make plays in the bot lane. If it's going kind of bad, then we'll see. Maybe Merrimack might still go down there, but he definitely likes to make plays in other lanes when he plays Shen.
Alright, so that Thresh and the Shen will be locked in. Timer will run down. The Poppy being shown now.
Oh, wow.
Yes, this is something that you'll probably see Shadowy Figure on. It's something that he had been, testing out or trying more recently, and you know what? We might get to see it in effect this game. It was one of those things I was questioning whether we were going to see it at all. And looks like a Rek'Sai hover again. You know what? It ain't broke. Don't fix it. There you go.
Ooh, that's interesting. They lock in Rek'Sai with Poppy. That's a pretty dangerous situation now, because that's 3 melee they just locked in right there, with very little wave clear overall for the whole team. Yeah, so those champs are very strong in their overall role, but I don't think those 3 champs synergize very well with each other. That could come back to bite them later on.
Yep, so one thing we were just talking about was the Fiora into the Shen matchup here, and I was saying that it pretty heavily favors Fiora in lane. I mean, if you're in that lane as Shen, you're just kind of just getting smacked around for the most part.
Yeah, he's gonna get slapped on, and then it's very interesting to see if they get the amount of help as they did last time. Last time they put tons of ganks on top side until the Jax was starting to snowball.
So, we have a Lee Sin hover. It's going to be a very interesting thing because Mexicant has been messing around with Lee Sin mid, and I wonder if this is going to be the game that they actually try that. One thing to point out, with you actually did already, having 3 melee, maybe 4 melee if that Lee Sin's locked in. Zach is pretty good into that.
It makes it very easy to get taunts as well, and that box coming out of Thresh as well. Yeah, it's okay at 3 melee, but those 3 melee don't really kind of synergize well with each other. I feel like one's trying to split push, one's kind of like stunning people, the other one's like got that global pressure. It's just you got a lot of little things going on, but nothing really kind of good there.
So we got that double Yordle bot lane, it looks like, with the Victor coming in. There's your wave clear that you were looking for, actually. But yeah, I wonder what's going to get picked up now. We have a nice little opening here in the mid lane. Will it be a Talon pick?
Oh,
Interesting pick.
I do not agree with the Talon pick here at all. It's so easy for the enemy team to build a lot of armor if they do this right now, since they have only 2 AD. That would be a very interesting pick if they did go for that. And they do. Ooh.
I'm really hoping Pizzle can definitely win this lane early, just to...
Yeah, that is very crucial. That's going to make it very hard for the Lucian and the Talon to be very effective early. Unless they start having like a really nice laning phase, they are going to struggle very hard if the enemy team catches on and itemizes like properly. The Rek'Sai, Poppy, and the Fiora easily can fit armor into the builds very early on, and it won't affect them that much. Oh, this is a interesting setup right here.
I don't know if you guys know, but I'm sure you might be able to confirm. Does Poppy's W block the E from Talon?
It should not, because Talon's E is a teleport, and it doesn't stop teleports like Ezreal's E or Flash. It only stops gap closers. What is kind of interesting though, which I haven't seen this, but it should work, that the Zac engage that he's known for, even though it's 3 melee, the Poppy can shut it down. If he is quick with his W, and same thing with the Shin, it's going to be kind of hard for the enemy team to get in, and sometimes even to get out.
Something I actually learned, it's a very, very good counter to Rengar. If you have Poppy support and you have an AD carry that you need to peel for,
I can see that actually.
If once you see the exclamation point, if Poppy presses W, Rengar jumps in, it blocks his first attack and it drops him right outside the shield. So it basically nullifies his ultimate completely.
Yeah, and then him being in melee, it pushes him outside melee range. So that'd be very detrimental. He would be like glass cannon. It'd be easy to pick off at that point.
Yep. It was something that I played against a couple games ago.
Now that raises a question for me now. If Poppy has her W up, and Thresh puts his lantern inside of it, and someone takes it, will it not go through?
I don't think you can actually pass through with anything that displaces you. So anything that counts as like a movement displacement, you can actually go through if it's, I believe it's offensively. But yeah, it's very, very interesting actually. We'll probably do some testing on that. So what are you gonna see? I mean, you mentioned that it is very easy if you have a Rek'Sai, you have a Poppy, and you have a Fiora who could possibly build a little bit of armor. But right now you have the Poppy and the Rek'Sai primarily, who are gonna dive in and be super tanky, build a bunch of armor. What
Hey,
are we
so
moving?
do you guys want to like switch? Because I think they forgot, right?
Oh, did they? Yeah, I just see that they didn't even change their.
Do
Oh,
you
their
want like?
champs. Yeah, that
I'll
might
ask
be
them.
the best.
Yeah, we should. I mean, we should switch. Did we
Yeah,
just
yeah,
forget
yeah,
to trade?
They probably did, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Remake,
yeah, it's
remake.
fine.
It'd be kind of interesting to see a Thresh jungle anyway.
Yeah, I was even looking at that as we saw the picks. The picks were, I was so focused on like what was happening right here. But yeah, anyway, get out of here, John.
Sure.
trying to pick up some information. So, yeah, so I mean, like you have the AD, basically full AD team outside of like a Zac or a little bit of damage that the Shen does. What are you expecting to happen here? The game can't go on that long, can it?
I. It's a very interesting case. I don't think if the game goes very long to like max for everyone's full items, the team with like the Zac and the Shin are gonna fall down eventually because they're just a bunch of tanks and they're damage dealers. I don't foresee them being able to deal with all of that because they have the Lucian and a Talon to kill everyone pretty much. It's gonna be very hard. They have to win early to mid game, while all their tanks have high base damage abilities going through. If the game goes very long, the enemy team has got very good damage. They have the Victor, they have the Fiora, they got the Tristan, they got a triple threat comp going in right there. So if the game goes long, it's just not going to be very beneficial for them.
Yeah, I have to agree with what Muffin was saying. That definitely, White's team is pretty much all about the early and mid game, and all about the early and mid game with the two damage dealers that they do have and all those tanks. But yeah, if it passes at least, I would say 20, 22 minutes, and it's still going just even, that's slightly gonna start making blue team get ahead of the game because they're starting to spike at their power points. They're gonna have the necessary items that they need. They're gonna be able to just out damage the white team.
All right. Oh, whoa, Nandi jumping around here. Look at straight ripping here. Actually, it's just making sure everybody picks the right champions now. He doesn't want any sneaky stuff happening.
I'm pretty sure everyone here is gonna, be honest. We already saw everyone pick.
He's like, what? What? No, I had a LeBlanc. Even then, if you played it, why wouldn't the LeBlanc come in then? Like, that would have probably been a better pick.
That would have been a way better pick. But then again, Pizzle he doesn't hate using LeBlanc. He just thinks it's so easy that he really doesn't like using it. It would have been the best pick out of in this comp though.
Alright, so we're going to get some fake bans coming in. We'll have to wait another 3 minutes, guys.
Oh man, but they didn't spell anything with bans, so they're
Nope.
already making mistakes here. So I mean,
Yep.
this.
That Aatrox ban. I hear he's really good,
Oh,
but you know,
yeah, Aatrox been actually on John's side.
Of course. Gotta ban that Aatrox. So for anyone watching, yes, that's a small little inside joke. I do like to play Aatrox mid. And John hates it when I say it. Muffin tried it. He knows it works.
That was a pretty fun game.
Alright, so there you go. We're seeing all the same picks coming in. Everyone just picking their own champion. It looks like El Mexican is looking to be trying to play safe here. He's running teleport in lane. So if he does happen to take a little bit of damage here and not die, he could just come right back.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I feel like this game's gonna be very mid lane focused as far as the early game, because this Talon needs to become a threat as soon as possible. If he falls behind against this enemy team and they just grab a couple cloth armors, he's gonna turn into like a non-factor pretty much. So this is gonna be very crucial. And since Talon's not played that often right now, I wonder if UTSA Blue is gonna be remembering to buy lots of pinks for the fights.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, warding's going to be a really big thing here. I do think that Talon is probably going to get pushed in, especially once Victor comes back with his first upgrade of his Hex Core, and that E is just going to wave clear, and that's it, easy peasy. So I think Talon's going to be very dependent on getting that blue buff early to be able to match that, or he's not going to roam anywhere this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be watching that the Talon versus the Victor matchup heavily, and also specifically the Zac. I want to see where the Zac is going because his time is gonna be very crucial. If his damage dealers don't get ahead right now, they just lose out of no damage right there alone. While the enemy team with Rek'Sai, he has so many lanes to go gank for that if one lane falls behind, it's not a big deal. The other two should be doing fine.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching bot lane for that setup with the Poppy. I mean, if you get one little collision on the wall there when the gank's coming in, it's going to be fantastic. You can have the Rek'Sai to come in with a knock-up after that. Well, Poppy's stun is about a second and a quarter at level 1. So, it'd be really easy to set up ganks on top of Tristana jump. And Poppy is really, really good champion into Lucian, since he does like to dash away, and his pursuit's going to be a big factor in here and not getting caught. And you also do have the Thresh to save him as well with the Lantern.
Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. The Poppy picks actually it came out pretty early, but it counters a lot of champions on UTSA right now. So it'll be interesting to see how the reactions go and see which ones he deems worthy of using his W to block. He may like let some champions come in and then like let someone come in and then like use his W and keep the rest of the people out. He may like divide the people like that. He could let the Zac come in and as the Shin's trying to follow up, he can just push him out with his W. So there's a lot of little neat tricks that the Poppy can control the team fights just off of that one ability alone.
I wonder if a Thresh Death Sentence lands, if he can fly through the W.
I don't think so. I think it just pushes him out.
So
I
it looks
I
like
haven't seen it yet, but I mean, I feel like it's just gonna knock him out of it.
it looks like Poppy is gonna be the MVP of this game based
Yeah, like
upon that pick.
the Poppy is she was picked early, but there's so many ways that she could mess with the enemy team. She could jump on people, not let them escape. She could let someone come in and trap the rest out. She could just let no one engage. She could just deny them completely off of that.
If she wants to, and she doesn't have a W, when the Zac jumps, she can actually E him out of his jump.
Oh yeah, it's very true.
So you
That Poppy pick is very, very good. There's a reason why it's being played a lot in the pro level right now.
and then that ultimate that's gonna come in. We haven't even talked about that. The ultimate's gonna come in and knock away, whatever set number of players, and make it a 5v whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running a triple threat comp with like Poppy's team is, and you use your ult to knock away one of their front line, your damage dealers can just walk right through the gates and just hit whoever they want at that point. I definitely give the edge comp-wise to UTSA Blue, but anything can happen. I do feel like UTSA White is prone to snowballing with Lucian and Talon, but they need to make very good use of the early
Yeah.
pressure and the early time. The ganks coming out from Zac need to be in the right place and at the right time, and the laning phases especially have to go at least even. If things start going sour early, it's a bad sign.
Yeah, I definitely think, like you said, that the snowballing is going to be something that has to be prominent in this game, and you're definitely going to have to see the Lucian and the Talon looking for skirmishes, trying to pull attention towards Dragon and things like that. That's what you need. As soon as Talon hits 6, he's got to be able to make a play. It's kind of like the whole Rengar jungle thing that we discussed. You got to be able to do something with your ultimate.
Looks like the Talon recognizes this as well as he's bringing Ignite opposed to the Victor's Teleport.
Would like to point out that is a level 5 Talon.
That means he is practicing. So the one thing he's got going into this is that I think Talon versus Victor is at least a semi-decent matchup. It is a mage. He's going to be somewhat squishy, and he's an assassin. And Talon, you don't play against much Talons at this current stage right now in the game. So he does have like that unknown factor going to this game that a lot of people on the team may not know how much damage he's going to do or how he's going to play it out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I wonder if he's gonna go directly either Hex Drinker into Maw or something of that nature, because I mean now it gives armor penetration, which is exactly what he's looking for, and that survivability against the mage.
I would see him going, if he's doing pretty well, I'd see him first item going to Ghostblade, and then transitioning into the Hex Drinker shortly after, because he wants to have that high movement speed and the cooldown reduction from the Ghostblade, so he can get on the targets he needs to and use his abilities as frequently as possible. But then after that, he needs to be able, you know, survive the burst. He's jumping into the enemy team.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, that's something that I like to see even on like Zeds. I know people don't like to play very defensively or anything like that on Zed, but my personal preference is to do that, to do the Ghostblade into the Hex Drinker, and you get the double penetration. It's really good early game, and I hope that Talon decides to do something like that. I really want to see this Talon pick actually work too.
Yeah, I'm thinking about now. I haven't seen a Talon be played in Summoner's Rift in what feels like months actually. I'm interested to see his build order, his skill order, where he decides to go, how he uses his abilities. Just how is he going to play this Talon into this matchup? Pretty standard starts right now. Both junglers are on the bottom side of their respective sides of the map. Rest of the laners in their lane at that point.
Alright, so we're going to try and see if we get some skirmishes going. Oh, and Talon getting a little bit of a trade there. Yeah, we're definitely going to see if we get a couple skirmishes going here in the favor of UT White. UT Blue just kind of looking to scale up. Game gets taken a little later. They get some armor in. They'll be able to win those fights. Shen trading very well against Fiora, actually.
Yeah, the Fiora's willingly jumping in into this range lane because that's very good by the Shen to use his mains to his advantage right there.
Shen getting good trades with that Undying and stealing a bunch of health there. Oh. Good flash.
Shen. This game's gonna be very explosive very quickly. I expect from all these lanes, a lot of them need to be playing aggressive in order to be winning their lanes.
Shen gonna just sustain back up there. Fiora has no potions. Victor getting awfully close to the Talon there, taking free damage.
Yeah, this is exactly how I was saying. I'm really curious on how Zach's going to play. It's time for top needs help now. In the mid lane, that Talon also needs to get rolling. Looks like he's getting jumped on by the Rek'Sai early. Doesn't get the red though. It looks like the Zach ends up picking it up.
Zach just gonna casually saunter out.
That was very crucial that the Zach actually got that red buff though. Because if he lost that, that would have forfeited a lot of pressure and time. Now the Rek'Sai is coming out. Are they going to flash on the tower? Looks like they are flashing on the tower for the shit.
He's going to trade 1-for-1. And Fiora flash.
He did not get the hit. So it is an execute.
Oof.
Did not even get the experience either.
Heavy misplay. That should have been easily a 1-for-1. TP is going to be used at top for the Shen, so we ain't going to see him in another lane until 6. Zach is looking to make a gank play here. But Fiora's gonna get out.
As he jumps in, the Fiora goes back in time. Bot side hook misses, so it looks like a lot of these lanes are looking to play aggressive, but a lot of it's gonna be driven by where the junglers are, as you can see from the top side already.
I do like that Zach waited until at least level 4 to make a gank. Zach's range on his E is not that long until at least one more level. Poppy's run into the wall.
In against the wall.
Blocks the pursuit.
Soft. Flash is out of it. Hook coming in. The counter trade with the exhaust coming down.
Counter
Another
exhaust.
He dashes past the Poppy Cube.
Great play.
This is very good for UTSA. Why, as it's chasing down the Poppy right now, can they get her? She's very low. She flashes as it's fighting mid lane. The Poppy will escape with very little health. That's very, very crucial for the bot lane for UTSA White to get that victory right there.
So there's a few plays there that are actually made. It was really, really quick to see. The flay that came in there to block the Poppy charge onto the wall for the Lucian, that was fantastic. And the first hook, as I'm saying this, Fiora and Shen fighting again in top lane. Yeah, the actual hook that came in after the fact to catch Tristana out of position, it was really, really good. Thresh doing a lot of work in that bot lane right now. I think the supports are running that lane, to be honest.
Yeah, the supports are playing very well right now, and they're getting Dragon right now. Off of that one kill, that's very crucial that they got that first Dragon, giving them that bonus damage that they very so need.
Yeah, you said you were looking for stuff to happen early there. They're up to the right start there.
I'm just really expecting to see something happen with this talent right now. Now he's getting some levels, he's got some money. I expect him to be shopping fairly soon. He should be looking to make his first big play of the game very shortly. And if it works out well, or if it works out bad, it's going to be a huge factor in the overall way this game plays out.
So Fiora took a tower hit earlier, and Shen's looking quite healthy. However, this could possibly be a bait with Rek'Sai sitting in the wings. They won't dive again. They definitely won't dive.
Feels like UTSA Blue is very high prioritizing UTSA White's top lane. They keep coming up top, even from last game to this game, putting lots of pressure on Miramac. And each time they did this, he actually had a CS lead in the last game until after like the 6th or 7th gank. And right now, Miramax actually still got the CS lead right now, even with all the ganks that the Fiora's been getting. Rek'Sai patiently waiting in this bush, using a lot of time. Is it gonna pay off? Very good patience from the Shin, not jumping in right now. As you saw the Rek'Sai a few seconds ago.
I think this is
very risky.
It's
for the game.
way too much of a.
Oh,
Yep.
did fall down right there. As there's a big fight bot side.
That was way too blatantly obvious that there was a gank there.
Oh, Talon's first ult comes down on the Victor. Nothing much comes out. Maybe he might come in again later.
So Zach looking to do something in the top lane. Yeah, but that was way too blatantly obvious that there was a gank there. You let yourself get poked down to 25 HP, and as I say, the knockup comes in, but the Shadow Dash coming out is going to get the same.
Talon's going in. Is he going to get the kill? He does get the first kill. This is looking really good as they come in bot side with the Fiora teleporting downside. But then they're on the Lucian. Can they finish him off? They're under tower at this point. The Fiora's very low. She dies the tower. The Thresh gets the credit for it. UTSA White is showing up very huge in this second game right now.
I think Victor thought he was really safe once that ultimate was down, but Talon just re-engaged on him and killed him immediately.
And now the Talon actually first time Hex Victor, so that's telling us right now that he's hoping to just keep the Victor down and stay mid lane. He's not looking to roam. Because no one on the enemy team does a high amount of magic damage but the Victor. So his optimization is for this laning phase, and he's going to try and get another kill at some other point with this purchase.
Right now, lane's going in the favor right now of UTSA White. I mean, that Shen pick standing up very strongly up to the Fiora. I think that that Rek'Sai going up there and wasting all that time was just a heavy misplay.
Yeah, and also another impact on the bot side I want to talk about is since they killed the Tristana and she died with a little gold where she couldn't get the items she needed, she was forced to go into boots and another Doran's Blade. And now that's delaying her items very by a lot. She just picked up the first 80 component of Infinity Edge with a pickaxe. Well, if you look at the Lucian, he's getting real close to his essence tree already.
So I'd like to point out that there has been a lane swap that just happened. And we are going to see a Shen versus Victor at top lane with the Fiora sitting mid against Talon.
That's pretty interesting then, because the X-Speaker does not help at all with this Fiora matchup. As he jumps in after he was safe, looks like there's a fight to the death here as the Rek'Sai comes in, flashes into the knockup, but counter flash out. Flash for flash.
I think there's a little bit of miscommunication there. If you were coming in and you were going to flash under the tower, you definitely would have made sure that you throw it there. Death Sentence coming in, but the play and the block of the pursuit with the W.
He's jumping on the Fiora with the dash. You get ulted by the Fiora, but nothing happens. Quick W by the Fiora to stop the jump in. Oh, it looks like the 2v2 coming in here. Will they build?
No flash
those
available.
onto him? No, they will not.
Lots of action coming in.
Oh, Fiora's going for the play as they hit him against the wall. Rex gets the hook onto the Tristana.
Oh, nice
Not a
trade
jump for
on-
another
They're
attack.
trying to trade for the
Get it to the
supports.
back.
They get the supports, now it's just the ADCs left. Find to the death as the shit ult
Shen
comes
ult
in on
coming
the
in.
Seems like
Lucian.
they're gonna pick up another 80 carry, another kill for the 80 carry.
There's fights everywhere, everyone's going ham right now.
The flash in. He's gonna get out. He does get out.
So many red flashing bars on the left side of the screen right now. So many people almost dead. It looks like Lucian is forced to go under the tower right now as he gets jumped at a Shisana.
Great gank at top lane. Zach going in.
Looks like both junglers on opposite sides of the map both get a kill.
That super amount of BM coming in from Tristana, flashing the mastery as she's running away on the tower.
And with that overall set of plays that just happened right now, UTSA Blue just took the gold lead.
So I think that lane swap,
Yeah, it's turning against them. I wonder if they lane swapped because they saw the talent with the Hex Drinker and they realized if they lane swap it would be wasted gold against the Fiora.
yeah, I don't know what kind of situation that actually puts Victor in though. That's a really, really long lane for Victor. I mean, is it now the time for Zach to just set up in top lane and camp him?
Yeah, I mean that's what happened last time they killed him, but
Fiora may die to a camp here.
oh, it looks like he's pinned against the wall as he gets
Oh.
by the Raptors. Looks like the Raptors are on the scoreboard now. They may
FF.
take out this game.
FF at 20.
They were picked today by them Raptors.
FF by 20. The Rex side looking like he's about to get caught. Zach E coming in.
Big fight coming down here with the junglers both down here. Looks like the talent's coming in as well.
The death sentence. The knockup. That'll be
AC does
one.
get the kill.
Shen going in super hard at top. I think Shadow Dash was already
Cole
used.
coming in, but he doesn't have any vision. Looks like all the talents almost in range. Are they gonna try and tower dive this? They have 4 people here. Looks like they decide to not tower dive and go for the safer play with the dragon.
Safe dragon. So this top lane is not going very well up here for the Victor. The Shen is able just to push him around. He's already got a, you know, that poor man's tank build, the Spectre's Cow coming in.
Ooh, Talon coming in.
Nice.
Talon gonna pick up 2.
Well, the Rex is trying to get the kill on the dragon. He does not get it. The Lucian gets it.
The Fiora may get a
coming in
triple.
Huge right now. The
Exhaust
box
being
comes out.
burned.
Oh, Zach, you looking a little
Zach
small
is in
there.
trouble.
He's bobbing.
Hey, he ain't been in the gym recently, okay? Fiora picking up all 3.
Kills on Fiora right now. Fiora's a huge player right now.
Your opinions now, guys. How worth was that dragon?
Not worth at all. They just minimized how strong she was, and now they just handed her 3 free kills right there. That should not have happened right there. Especially for the second dragon buff. I mean, they already had the first one. There's no need to force that much.
Shadow Dash coming in. That's more than enough with the passive of Shen.
The ult
Gravity
comes down
field
by
and the
Victor.
ult.
This is
Where's
very
that ignite?
interesting.
Where's that ignite, Shen?
So, UTSA Blue, they do a lot of physical damage primarily. But UTSA White, all their defensive items are in the form of magic resist. They're all stopping the Victor's damage right now. It's very interesting. None of them have really built the armor items to help, especially with the Fear popping off now. That may come back to bite them.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely seeing it. Poppy sneaking around here in the brush. Trying to get a slowdown.
Oh, this is not looking good as the TP comes in, but the shit's coming in. Can't get the lantern.
I don't know if it matches. Tristana jumps to safety.
Double come in. But the Fiora is here. The Fiora is very strong.
Fiora's gonna pick up 1, maybe 2 on the Shen. Shadow Dash is on cooldown right now with a red buff slow.
Oh, he gets
There it goes. And there's a fight in the mid. Talon goes in. Rek'Sai with a knockup.
Flashes in. chasing after him. It looks like it's not gonna work.
Fiora diving the tower right now.
Getting massively strong at this point.
This Fiora is a monster.
Flash by Talon, good escape. I don't know if UTSA White's gonna have an answer for Fiora. I really don't see on any of their champions right now. I mean, they're going to use they have to group up to deal with her, but even then, if Fiora plays her right, she can block some of their damage and abilities.
They were playing this so well, and I think they just started handing that game back to them because they had it all going according to plan until that point, and then the Fiora is just in the right place at the right time. I mean, that's all I can say about that.
Yeah, Fiora's just like the one champion on the enemy team that is going to be like the hardest just to like taking care of, and she ended up getting all the gold. We'll see how the rest of this game ends up playing out.
Zach re-engaged.
Jumping in, both coming out from both sides, and the Talon shows up with the hook coming in.
The Talon will get this. Does enough damage.
Double kill. Okay, Talon's starting to get real strong.
So the Talon's gonna get accelerated, like you said.
Yeah, starting to close up that. Like,
Tristana getting 345 gold there for a tower. That is quite a bit of gold. You know what, at first when I saw the Zach come in, I was going to say, alright, well you just burn Let's Bounce for nothing. And then the Talon strolling up after that hook was more than enough to get the double.
So both ADCs on the opposite side of the map, both in towers, is very good for them. But interesting.
Rek'Sai cutoff.
Oh yeah, the Rek'Sai cutoff. He's trying to keep
He does not see Thresh though.
I don't think it's going to be very worth.
The Lantern for 2 feet.
Interesting item choice I want to talk about real quick is the Rek'Sai chose to go with Aegis of the Legion. There's very little magic damage coming out on UTSA White. He decided to get that as his first item right now. I mean, yeah, it's gonna help against the Zac and the Shin, but like, he just needs to get tanky so he doesn't get assassinated by the enemy team, because he's already died the most on his team due to the Talon.
Yeah, maybe he's looking forward to that, having that shield or whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the shield's gonna be good, but I mean he needs to be able, tank and be able to stop these assassins from killing him. That's the big
Fiora.
and the killing the Fiora.
Wow,
Saw
great
saves
buster shot.
again. Oh, here comes the Poppy.
Poppy disengage misses. Alright, yeah, so like you were just saying, like, why not go for a Randuin's? You know that Lucian is going to build full crit items. Why not just pick up a Randuin?
Yeah, I definitely think that's a misoptimization there. Although I think the Victor, very good item. First time he just went to zone his.
The Shen
getting
is...
the AP, and he's getting very tanky.
I really think if one
Zach.
team is actually able to engage on this fight over here, they have a chance of winning.
Alright, so UT Blue actually realizes that they were out of position. The Zac was looking for a flank there, and Fiora was nowhere to be seen, so she's still walking from base.
So it's kind of interesting. So all the gold, as the hook comes out, it comes out on a minion. Wait, everyone just left the mid tower on UTSA White. They didn't give him the power free. As the Poppy stops, jump Zac coming in, Ultra coming out, Ultra on both sides. The Shin's in there. Is he going in?
It's done taunt. Blocked by the Fiora that's culling.
Through.
Culling,
Keep
good
an eye
damage.
on the Talon right now.
Talon got a bunch of
disengage.
damage
I don't
shot.
think they should be chasing him, or UTSA White might be overstepping with this one. Looks like they're all for it though. As the Fiora comes down the side, they need to deal with the force. He's the most explosive champion on the team right now.
Bunch of fighting going on. Laser comes across, takes care of that. Tristana with the first jump. Gonna get the flash out of the Zac
You
there.
are very far in there.
2 fights happening right there. Trying to position the camera beautifully, but
Oh yeah, that definitely seemed like an error on UTSA White. They had a disengage where they poked around where they could just farm the jungle a little bit, or switch to like a dragon or something, but they kept chasing in and they let the Fiora go to the back line when their 2 tanks were in the front. And she's got multiple kills right there.
she actually tanked, yeah. Everyone who wasn't a frontliner.
Yep, both the frontliners, the Zac and the Shin, were up with the rest of the team, while the Fiora had in paradise with all the squishies in the back.
It's one of those things that you have to kind of pay attention to, like you're saying, with the Zac engage and the Shen taunting in after the fact. No one else other than Lucian wants to be there. The Talon doesn't want to jump in again with no ultimate.
Yeah, I think that fight could have been totally different, but whenever the Zac jumped in on the tower, the Poppy used her W to stop him from actually getting the knock-up on the team, and that allowed them to deny this nice engagement from UTSA White, which is very crucial because if they all got jumped on, the Talon does a lot of AoE damage with his abilities and with that TMI right now.
Alright, see, so now we got the Randuins, or it looks like a Randuin's coming in for Zac. He's already got that scouting knife, or the tracker's knife there, so he's going to be having a bunch of wards going out. He has not swapped, actually, to a sweeper, so there are no sweepers on that team. Even looks like Thresh has put off a sight stun for a while.
Oh, looks like they're trying to 2v1 the Fiora right now.
Let's
Both
bounce
of the
and
tanks.
Shadow Dash going on. Fiora's ultimate is now actually out.
The heal, but the Talon here, think he'll do enough? It's
Ooh.
the shutdown onto Talon that's very crucial.
And the Fiora forgetting about the Zac passive there. That Cell division.
It's pretty interesting too. Now there's 2 pink wards available on UTSA Blue right now. One was just used by Tristana, however, but someone should always have their pink ward ready for the Talon whenever he jumps in. As a fight a couple minutes ago, Talon jumped into everyone by himself in stealth. If they had a pink ward, they could have just turned on just like that.
Even an upgraded sweeper on the Poppy. Poppy still has a trinket ward, a yellow trinket ward.
Looks like UTSA White is looking for a fight since that
Slam.
Fiora down.
Oh, and the Poppy ultimate.
Backwards.
Lucian is out of the fight currently with Thresh. Poppy zoning the rest of the team. A Victor ultimate beautifully in the choke point, taking down Shen.
Gets hooked right there. Talon's on the side, he can't get over the wall right now. But Fiora's coming in. This fight's going real long, and Fiora's almost there. Multiple people are very low. UTSA
Rek'Sai, super tanky. No cell division there. With a knockup.
Now with that big fight happening and multiple people on UTSA White dying, this seems the Fiora easy time pushing.
Yeah, that choke point was a bad place to chase that Victor. Nice little taunt going out. About to take down the Fiora. Actually reversed. The Shen ultimate coming in onto T-Fizzle there. Talon goes in again, maybe to pick up the Rek'Sai, but not enough. The laser from Victor will take care of it, and the Shadow Dash picking it up. Zac trying to look for a re-engage. Not gonna get it though, the less bounce.
Lobbing it up right
They
now.
are being a little bit too greedy with it though. Blue team might be able to re-engage if their Tristana is able to come back.
And Tristana just hanging out over there, getting a red buff. Tristana not being a team player right now. Just
Taking
just
so much
farming,
damage from Red.
just farming the jungle. Okay, so after all said and done, that Talon is looking huge, actually. So,
I'm very surprised that Talon has not picked up a Ghost Blade at all. Yeah, I mean, there's a few members on the enemy team, especially that Fiora, who's got most of the kills, who haven't built a single armor item yet. If he had that Ghost Blade, he would be doing so much more bursts to those key targets, and he'd be able to get in position a lot quicker. Looks like UTSA Blue's really trying to siege for this inhibitor, as they drop double pink ward in anticipation for this Talon jumping in.
alright, so Zac comes in, blocked by the Poppy.
I mean, they already got the inhibitor. They don't need to fight here. If they fight here, they can potentially lose the game from all dying.
Shen gets a bomb, taking tons of damage for no reason. Fiora going on. Lucian, the exhaust coming through. Lucian burns heal. Culling coming through, takes down the Fiora.
If Fiora's down, this is the time to fight possibly. That's the main threat. Let's see what can happen. The main
Victor
enemy is
ultimate
engaged.
taking down Thresh. He's gonna retreat now. There was no reason for that fight, like you said, Muffin. They already had an hib.
And they lost those 2 pink wards that they just invested right there as well.
You know what? UT White responded very, very well there. The Fiora went in one-on-one with the Lucian. Got great peels. He was able to live. I don't know if the same thing will happen next time. He doesn't have flash or heal now.
Oh, they're definitely ready to catch blue team off guard.
The Rek'Sai's going to get out with a nice little tunnel over the top. All right, well, Shen just used his dash. What threat does Shen pose now in a team fight?
Right there. Team fight coming in. The Fiora's teleporting
Rek'Sai's
back
all
into the
by
fight right now.
himself.
Teleport coming in. Talon is about to get dropped down after using his ultimate.
Not looking for get their wipe so far.
The culling coming across the entire team. Gonna pick up the Poppy.
Picking up so many kills, but only Fiora just...
Fiora ultimate going out. Fiora being able to do whatever she wants right now. And the Tristana just leapfrogging everywhere.
The resets coming in real strong there.
Oh, it seems like they could end the game. It's 20 seconds on everybody.
Yeah, they got two super minions there with the Victory and the Fiora coming in with Tristana. This could possibly be the in right here.
As Talon spawns, pretty much both towers go down.
Talon coming in.
That gets
like
that
Chunked
is-
heavily.
That's gonna
Lucian.
be the game.
Can they
Picking up.
with
Nothing.
UTSA Blue winning.
CSA Blue. 2-0.
That was a much better game than the last one, I have to say, by UTSA White. They put up a much better fight, and they almost had it, I actually felt like.
So, what did you think of those picks? I mean, the game didn't last that long, so, I mean, it just kind of looked like both teams just were looking to fight the entire time. I mean, you take a look at CS numbers, 150 on the Talon, which isn't that bad. You know, coming in against the Victor, you know, Mr. Wave clear, I press E and I'm done. But look at the 80 carries. You had a bunch of assists on the Tristana with only 139 CS and then 144 on the Lucian. I don't know if either team had like a straight strategy coming into that, or they were just looking to have a bloodbath.
Yeah, it definitely came out to a very weird game as that as some new picks kind of came out like that. Zach and that Talon definitely was very innovative, as you could say. Yeah, the CS discrepancies was pretty massive towards the end of the game. There was a lot of power levels on certain champions.
It all pretty much came down to those last few fights. It just like every time white team would engage, blue would find a way to just turn it around. I was really surprised. I really thought that white team had those fights. But that Poppy was just like the MVP. She was just stopping everyone and getting out. And the engages were just slowing down just because of her was it W or E? Some
They
of
all
white
left.
team is actually on.
They all left. From blue, yeah. From blue, yeah.
I'll hop in a white and see if one of them wants to come and talk.
A rip. Did I get carried so hard that game? Hi. I got carried so hard that game.
Is this the channel I need to be in? Yeah.
Yeah.
For this one, I picked it
Haha,
because
I never left.
I needed a frontline support, and I don't have that many really. I mean, I know Nautilus and like Tom Kench and stuff, but I really wanted something that would be tanky enough. And then once they actually started picking, I noticed that Poppy would be really good because her W could stop the Lantern, it could stop Lucian Dash, which is a big part of his kit. It could stop the Zac jump in, and so I started saving it especially for the Zac jump in because that that ruined every team fight they tried. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I was there when the Shen dashed over the wall. I think I was still running to the fight. And so I think we were just trying to run back and regroup because I don't think we wanted to fight really.
Which one was this?
This was the very last fight at bot.
The very last fight, I went over the wall. I saw that y'all were like still trying to run away, so I unburrowed to try and block Ricky so that I could actually see the Shen taunt or like the thresh hook. And then as soon as I saw that they weren't going to stop, that's why I turned around and I tried to stall them as long as I could, so y'all could have your way with. There was somebody was like really overextended on y'all, and so I was tanking like 3 of them for a decent while. Wait, why did I what?
Super early in your build path, and I mean, for the most part, the damage coming out was AD, and I mean, the Shen had a little bit of AP damage in the Zac, but you chose to go lock it first before like a Randuin or something like that.
CDR, mostly the shield. Also, it just benefits from the masteries and everything that I'm taking, especially with Cinderholt. Even though something else could have been, I guess you could make an argument for a little bit better, but even like the Shen would be magic. The Zat's gonna try and be in the exact middle of the fight, so I would take it that he's gonna have good disruption even with percent damage. I felt that it was a decent build. I don't know. I guess you could make an argument something's better. I don't know how strong of an argument you could really make though. Because typically I was trying to be on the back line peeling most of the time.
Okay. Now, after you guys had a very, very hectic fight around their blue buff, and they actually chased Victor down through a choke point. I mean, at that point, you see Victor's ultimate go out, chunk like 3 people down to almost nothing, and then are you just saying, like, as a jungler, even though you're a full tank, like, I can kill both of these people or all 3 of these people,
As
and
soon
you
as
just
I
tunnel in?
it just happened like that. Like as soon as we just saw how much that he chunked them, I was like, oh, okay, I can easily go in and clean this up then. But yeah, I didn't. I was a little worried for him, but then as soon as I saw him Zonia's and then he flashed out of there, then yeah, the amount of damage that he chunked in just enabled me to go in and clean up. I'm pretty sure Fiora came in too. Somebody else like came in at that exact same time, or they were like right behind me. So if I didn't pick it up, then somebody else would have. Oh yeah.
I was thinking that Tristana definitely overextended because I saw that hook coming and I kind of like turned away and he just took it straight to the face. And I was a little disappointed in that. But the flay really caught me off guard. I didn't even think about that stopping my wall stun. And I thought it was just a play that gone wrong. And we were just going to try and play passive until we got back in the game.
Huh? Where?
The super risky red buff.
Oh, the super risky red buff. I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
well, it was like, I basically wanted to take it because I wanted to take it, and I was like, all right, if I'm dead, boys, I'm dead, but I want to take this. At that point, I thought we were gonna pretty much gonna win the game, so I was slacking off, and I feel like I should have done that anyways, but it was definitely a mistake on my part, but I felt like Poppy was like in between them and me, and I was willing to take that risk. Otherwise, I. But
I
that
think
was
at the
pretty much
time.
it.
Okay, I was gonna say I think at the time I did have my ult up, and I was kind of just hovering nearby.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. In game one, I thought it was very interesting.
On this game?
No, first game.
Oh, you said game 1. Okay. Which one was this? Like, how late in the game was this? Was this in their base? Oh, yeah, that's right. What was the logic behind that one? Because we were gonna start making a push over towards Baron, and then I realized that somebody was right there with the tremor sense. So I said, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna go in and like try and do some damage, and just follow up on me." And then like the entire rest of their team started coming on in. So I was like, "Okay, let me slowly start kiting back." And of course, obviously, you saw how tanky I was, so they weren't able to burst me down. And then the rest of my team caught up. I think we got like 1 kill or something like that, and then we burned a flash from somebody pretty important. Then did we get Baron or did we shove up? I think we started. Oh, that's right, Ricky. That's where he ended up getting Tristana, because I think we bursted her down a little bit, and then he decided to ult deeper, and then she ended up trying to flash jump away but messed it up. So then he ended up stunning her, and then we ended up picking up the kill and then some other stuff as well. I think that we ended it right after that. I could be wrong. I'm definitely gonna start playing a lot more now since the patches and everything have gone through and rank's about to be up. So I definitely feel that I need a lot more practice. But I'm just hoping that we can actually get in as a team and get a lot of good practices in finally. So that's all that I'm really thinking of.
My goal right now is just to expand my range of supports, because I've noticed that after almost every game, Alistair gets banned out, and he's kind of one of my favorites right now. And after Team Orange banned him out, we lost 2 matches in a row, and I kind of felt like that was my fault. So I'm trying to learn more supports that I can carry as well as I can with Alistair.
Hopefully that comes to you guys in the near future. Get your full team running again.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
my goal.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to the club, man. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm at home in my Pokemon jammies right now, man. I miss you, Muffin.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoy casting these games.
Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yep. Yeah. Have a good night. Take care.
See ya.
So for anyone watching the stream, we do appreciate you staying around and listening to us cast those games. We do have a few returning people watching, and we're as we go along and you and see what develops.